Hey, good evening, everybody. I wanted to do a quick Bible study about betrayal, betrayal of a friend. Um, I was thinking about Judas and how he betrayed Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. And the Bible describes pain of betrayal from a friend, noting that it's a profound hurt inflicted by a trusted individual. There's verses that talk about reflection on the pain. Psalms 41:9 says, "Yea, mine own familiar friend, in whom I trusted, which did eat of my bread, hath lifted up his heel against me." Psalms 55, verses 12 through 14 says, "For it was not an enemy that reproached me, that I could have borne it, neither was it that he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me, then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou and mine equal, my guide and mine acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together and walked unto the house of God in company." And describes the agony of hurt by someone who is close. Includes passages that acknowledge betrayals, difficult reality, and so the pain of betrayal, it's a deep and specific kind of pain. The Bible recognizes the deepest hurt can come from those closest to you, such as a trusted friend or a family member. The pain's usually often accompanied by shock or disbelief. If the talking about Psalms 55 verses 12 through 14, it says if it was from an enemy, then they could have borne it, meaning the pain. But because it came from somebody that was close to them, then that they're having a hard time dealing with that. They can't bear it now because of the shock. So it enhances that burden. It makes it that much more. Betrayal can lead to ruin. Proverbs 18:24 warns that an unreliable friend can lead to ruin. That verse says, "A man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother." There's a lot of examples of betrayal. King David in the book of Psalms contains lamentations from King David, who experienced betrayal from his own son. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but it's Absalom, and his trusted counselor Ahithophel. And of course, most people know the story of Judas. That's captured in Matthew 26 verses 20 through 25. He broke bread with Jesus at the Last Supper. Verse 20 says, Now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12, and as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, the one of you shall betray me. And they were exceedingly sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I? And he answered and said, He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me. The Son of Man goeth as it is written of him. But woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been good for that man if he had not been born. Then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I? He said unto him, Thou hast said. And so Jesus predicted that his followers would be betrayed by many, even by their own family members and friends. Luke 21:16 says, And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. So betrayal, that's a hard thing. I've been betrayed by some of my closest friends, or who I thought was my closest friends, and that hurts. Um, I and then it becomes, how do you respond to that? How do you deal with it? Um, the Bible tells us that we take it to God, we turn to God. Um, we're supposed to take our pain and anger to Him. Um, we're supposed to forgive. We're not supposed to hold on to it. We're supposed to forgive. It's very, very hard, um, but we're supposed to leave the matters of justice in God's hands, um, because the Bible says God has overcome the world, and He also says that vengeance is His. So we're not supposed to take matters into our own hands. We're supposed to let God deal with it. And then we should focus on true friendship. The Bible encourages seeking sincere friends who are honest and forgiving rather than those who are unreliable. So be that true friend to those around you. Strive to be Christ-like. Seek God continually. Forgive. Let God overcome overcome the world. Vengeance is God's. Be slow to anger. Take it to God. And then when you take it to God, this is something that I always try to tell people. When you take it to God, leave it at His feet. Don't take it back with you. Because what's the point of taking it to God if you carry it back with you? That's the whole point of taking it to God. You leave it there. Leave it at God. And then, and I wrote so this is kind of been a theme for today, because I wrote a song about 30 pieces of silver, of how we all kind of deal with being our own version of Judas, of how we basically sacrifice God for our own things in our world. How we put God on the back burner to take things, watch football games, or to go to a cookout, or watch a movie, or we don't seek God first, because we take care of those things. So that's kind of our own 30 pieces of silver, so to speak, because we're putting God on the back burner for these earthly things, which is what Judas did. He sacrificed Jesus for the earthly 30 pieces of silver. Of course, that was a much larger scale, because that cost Jesus his life. But in a sense, that's what we're doing. We're denying Him. The Bible tells us we should seek Him continually, and we're not. I know I'm guilty of that. I don't seek Him like I should. Bible says, if we seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all these other things will be given unto you. So, I know I don't do that. I get caught up in the things of the world. So I am my own little Judas sometimes. But I also seen somebody post something about how they were struggling with, they didn't say betrayal, but they seen some things of this world that hurt them, and they were having a hard time praying for their enemies and forgiveness, and it is a hard thing to deal with. But again, vengeance is God's. Take it to Him. Leave it at His feet. Don't carry it away with you. God will overcome the world. And that's all I got for today. I will keep this one short, under 10 minutes. Y'all have a blessed day. Love y'all.